Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for today's eVisors webinar session. For those of you who aren't familiar with eVisors.com, it's your go-to destination for career prep resources. We have a network of over 5,000 professionals who have worked at some of the most sought-after employers worldwide, and all of these professionals are available to you on demand to help with mock interviews, with resume critiques, or with career conversations so you can find out how to break into any industry or company. In addition to this webinar today, we have over 100 recorded sessions in our library that cover a variety of career topics and industries, and we continue to add new live webinars to our library throughout the year. Today we are very excited to welcome back Emily as the host for our session on the power of your LinkedIn summary. My name is Caitlin and I'll be the moderator for this webinar today. It should last around 30 minutes with Emily, followed by a quick Q&A session. And Emily has also graciously offered to critique a few of your profile summaries. So if you could submit the link to your LinkedIn profile, if you would like her to critique it, you could submit it to me in the chat box in your WebEx panel, and I'll randomly choose a few of them for Emily to take a look at the very end of the webinar. Emily has also put together a great LinkedIn summary worksheet to help you if you are preparing a summary. So I've emailed that out, but if you did not receive it, just let me know. So Emily is currently a career counselor at the Graduate Center at the City University of New York, and she also has extensive experience working with individuals of all ages, including undergraduates, graduate students, and alumni. And she's worked within higher education at Columbia and NYU. She's also previously hosted a webinar on optimizing your LinkedIn profile, which was one of our most popular webinars. So I'd highly recommend checking that out as well if you have not done so already. Today she'll be focusing specifically on the summary section of your profile. And so with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Emily.
Well, thank you, Caitlin, and thank you everyone for being here today, especially on this nice, lovely day if you're on the East Coast and in the New York area. And I'm really excited to be back and conducting another webinar for advisors. So as we all know, we are focusing today on only the summary section within the LinkedIn profile. So we won't be going over the entire profile or how to use LinkedIn for your job search. However, as Caitlin just mentioned, Advisors has other webinars on this topic as well. So I did one on optimizing the LinkedIn profile, and I believe I've seen others as well. Caitlin, you can correct me if I'm wrong. So if you're joining this webinar, I assume you have some idea about how to use LinkedIn in general, but also for connecting with other professionals around the world. It greatly facilitates this notion today that we need to be networking throughout our entire careers, not just when we are looking for a job. But it also does lead to jobs for many people. And in most recent surveys, more than 90% of employers state they use LinkedIn to find passive candidates, meaning those people who aren't necessarily applying to things and looking, but also to check out candidates that have applied for a job and perhaps are interviewing. So it is to our benefit to have the best looking profile possible, and this of course includes the summary section in our profile. So our agenda for today, we're going to go over an overview of the LinkedIn summary. We'll talk about preparation work to do before writing your summary. We'll talk about summary basics, format, and examples. We'll do questions first and then a few critiques. So you may be wondering, why is the summary so important? Why are we focusing on just one aspect? It seems to be such a narrow topic for discussion. The reason is because the summary is one of the most important sections of your profile. And some experts even go as far as to say that it is the most important section of your entire profile. But why is it so important? Well, you may know that the summary is one of the sections LinkedIn requires you to complete in order to reach the all-star profile status. And when you get to this level, which you want to get to, LinkedIn says you are 40% more likely to be found by others, which is important if you want to be coming up in searches, and searches that employers could be conducting, that recruiters can be conducting, or other professionals.